Tonight on Sports Desk, back to the basics. Our In the Trenches crew breaks down how the Canes can bounce back after tripping up last week.
And later, Honorary Canes will go live to hear what Miami greats will be cemented into Hurricanes history.
And finally, Hometown Hooper. A new member of the Miami men's basketball team shares his story about continuing to play in the 305. All that and more,
Sports Desk starts
right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching Sports Desk.
Hi, I'm Reese Davidson. You're watching Sports Desk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching Sports Desk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching Sports Desk.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sports Desk. I'm Shea McDonald.
And I'm Carter Lutz. Thank you for joining us.
Carter, it was a rough Friday. I don't really want to talk about it, so I'm going to hand this to you.
Well, it's spooky season for the country. It's spooky season for Miami, as they're no longer undefeated. A tough loss to Louisville a week ago gives Miami their first setback of the year. Let's take a look at the highlights. Friday Night Lights at Hard Rock Stadium. Doesn't get much better than this. Louisville up 7-0 early. Miller Moss, quarterback, going to find his receiver over the middle. It's Chris Bell. A crib call for Chris. Miami entering this game had only trailed for 8 minutes total. They're down 2 touchdowns early. Here's Carson Beck finding his main man, Malachi Toney. That dynamic connection kept Miami in this one. And then Mark Fletcher Jr. is able to punch it in. Canes go within a score. We're going to skip all the way to the fourth quarter now, and you're going to find the receiver Bell again, cutting through that Miami defense, slicing, dicing, get on your horse and score an all-time performance from the Cardinals receiver. Now run up the left side, not a lot of hope for Miami until the ball gets poked free. Picked up by Zachariah Poyser. Miami goes on to score that possession as well as the 2-point conversion. They're only down 3 points. Carson Beck tipped at the line of scrimmage. Miami had a chance to win or tie, and Carson Beck throws his 4th interception of the day. Yeah, that's right. 4 interceptions for Miami's star quarterback. They go on to lose this one 24-21. Canes still 5-1 on the season. A couple of positives to take away. Malachi Toney, star receiver, 9 catches, 125 yards, and a rushing touchdown, as well as Keontae Scott. Stellar performance defensively, 8 tackles, 1 sack, and a forced fumble.
While last week was rough, the Hurricanes remain in control of their destiny to make the college football playoff. With Stanford coming to the Hard Rock tomorrow, our In the Trenches crew is live in studio with a breakdown how the Canes can bounce back. Guys?
Thanks, Shay. Welcome back to In the Trenches. I'm your host, Penelope Gilbert, joined by analyst Luca Mucciardi. The Canes took a devastating loss last Friday to Louisville at home, but tomorrow they look for a bounce-back win against Stanford. Luca, last Friday, the offense really just couldn't get things going against Louisville. What went wrong?
Yeah, well, the news story around the nation so far has been Carson Beck's performance against Louisville. Let's take a look at what he was able to do. It wasn't his best of games. 25 of 35 for 271 yards passing, 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. This was the first. He tried to find Malachi Toney up the seam. They drop a linebacker into coverage, and that's an easy pick. This is another route where we've seen a lot this year. Keelan Marion kind of on an out and up, and Beck just underthrows him by a tick. But it's the 3rd interception of the game is the one that I really want to highlight. So we're going to freeze frame it right here as Carson releases this ball. It's a levels concept. 1, 2, 3 receivers, and you got to look, first receiver check down, second to the middle. Your third read is that long route, and Carson just couldn't figure out where he wanted to go with this ball. Hit as he released it, and he throws the interception. 4 on the day for Beck. Just has to be a little bit better than that.
Even with this loss, Miami still has a shot at making that ACC championship game and the playoffs, but that's only if they win out the rest of the season. Luca, how has Miami responded to a loss like this in the past?
Well, so far under Mario Cristobal, it hasn't been great. You look at these numbers, 4-7 record since 2022 when coming off a loss for Coach Cristobal, consecutive bowl losses the last 2 years, and 13 ACC losses in the past 3 seasons. How do you try to fix that? You go get your new money man, Carson Beck, who has never lost consecutive games in his career. This was only his 4th career loss as a starter in his 4th season as a starter since coming over from Georgia. And in every game after a loss, at least 2 touchdowns and 220 yards passing.
And bouncing back is going to have to start with a win over Stanford tomorrow night. So, Luca, how did the Canes make that happen?
Yeah, let's go to Luca's looks for this week to beating the Cardinal. First off, it's going to be get to goal Branson. He's coming off a knee injury against Florida State. Got to get to him quick. Then it's going to be, I want to see more east to west running, especially from some of those guys like Mark Fletcher. And then finally, just get the momentum going, get some wins here at the end of the season.
Well, that's all the time we have. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. South Florida is one of the most prolific scenes for football, and while most of the time Dade County gets a lot of the recognition, the passion these athletes have starts in 3 main counties and goes back as for people as young as 4. Our football beat reporter Ashley Friedland has more.
In South Florida, football isn't something you pick up, it's something you're born into.
And the tradition here that I think separates itself from anywhere else in the country is how early it starts. The passion for these kids starts when they're 3, 4, 5 years old.
Most of them start at the local park. That's where coaches, parents, and teammates shape how they play and who they become.
I think it's really at the park level where so many of these kids begin to develop their identity, develop their love for the game of football.
Every park has pride. Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, each one trying to prove its football is the best.
What makes this whole South Florida thing work is each one of these 3 counties are kind of competing to say who has the best football.
Broward County's American Heritage High School shows just how strong high school football is in South Florida, coming off a 5A state title and developing some of the nation's top recruits.
The competitiveness stands out, and no matter what, you won't accept losing, you keep going back at it, that's considered a dog. We create the most dogs out here because of the competitive spirit.
From all 3 counties and all the park levels to the high school level, South Florida kids are competitive.
Losing isn't really an option here. That mindset becomes the standard, and that mentality doesn't stop with youth ball. The next generation's growing up with the same expectations.
It's a kid league. This is what we've been playing all since we've been little. And the only thing they got more is just more people watching.
Mark Fletcher came to the U from Heritage. Now he's carrying that same attitude forward.
Having other guys from where I'm from, it's like, I know what they made about, they know what I'm made about. Like, we all dogs. And you put all dogs together in the same team chasing one goal, it's very hard to stop that.
Even after making it to the big league, the South Florida guys never forget the kind of mindset they grew up in.
Frank Gore, we're sitting there watching it, getting dressed, getting ready for our game. He's like, Clint had 150 yards, I gotta get 160. That's the competitive spirit, that's the dog, that's what makes South Florida special.
That's just South Florida football. It's the way the game is built there. Ashley Friedland, UMTV.
Thanks, Ashley. Every year, a new selection of all-time Hurricane athletes enter the Miami Sports Hall of Fame. And tonight, 10 more will join the ranks. Our reporter, Taryn Jacobs, is live at the Miami Sports Hall of Fame. Taryn, walk us through the inductions.
Oh my gosh, it's frozen again.
Carter, the amount of faces on this wall continue to grow with each new induction class. This hall features memorabilia from some of the most accomplished student athletes, coaches, and administrators from the University of Miami. And on Tuesday, include Mike Rump, who was a member of the 2001 National Championship team, Duke Johnson, whose jersey is actually on display right now at the UM Sports Hall of Fame. He played in the league for 8 years before retiring last year. And lastly, Mark Richt, who played at the U as a player back in the 1900s, in the late 1970s and early 1980s, and came back to coach from 2016 to 2018. And this is his helmet from the 2017 Orange Bowl.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Coming up on SportsDesk, with hoop season right around the corner, one of the biggest additions on the Miami men's squad sits down with our Athlete of the Week host to talk about coming back home.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I need to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat, eat, eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Football is still rolling, but Canes Hoops is heating up fast. With tip-off in less than 2 weeks, our Hurricane Hang Time crew has got you covered with everything you need to know. Guys?
What's up, Canes fans? Welcome back to another episode of Hurricane Hang Time. I'm your host, MK Easton, and I'm here with our analysts, Tucker Kinney and Aiden Scanlon. The women's team had their first scrimmage this week, and the men's team seems to be really meshing together, with Shelton Henderson coming out strong going into this season. Tucker, run us through the developments of the men's teams.
Well, MK, all eyes are focused on that November 3rd tip-off against Jacksonville in less than 2 weeks, but I do want to focus on Shelton Henderson for a little bit. He was recently projected by ESPN to be number 35 out of the top 50 most influential new players for the 2025-26 season, which will be huge for the Canes as it's about immediate impact, and they want to hit the ground running strong and get a good start to this season. Jay Lucas was also praising him this week, commenting on his size, his versatility, and his ability to play in different positions in recent closed scrimmages. And for the team, an unknown variable like Henderson could mean opponents have to cope with him, and that could be the difference between an 8th or 10th place ACC finish and a deep run in the ACC tournament come March.
Thanks, Tucker. There's a lot of optimism with all this new talent, but Aiden, it's great to see these Lady Canes back in action as well. Run us through the scrimmage earlier this week.
Yeah, MK. Trisha Cullip's side came out against the Division II side, Lynn, and it was really just a game of trying to test out what worked and what didn't work. But what did really work was Rashaya Kyle. She won the battle in the paint and really was able to get inside and score those points. As for other things, the transition looked phenomenal. Miami was very easily able to force those turnovers in transition, and Lynn had no answer for them whatsoever. As for other sides, Victoria Blasick got a lot of minutes, as well as Nay Adams, who was recently donned the captain of this Lady Cane squad. But as for then, we'll just have to wait until the November 3rd tip-off against Hofstra.
Thanks, Aiden. We are so excited here on Hurricane Hang Time to get into the heat of the season, which will be coming up soon. So stay tuned for more on Hurricane Hang Time. Catch us same time, same place for some Halloween hoop hustle.
Thanks, guys. This new men's basketball team has plenty of additions, and many are from right here in South Florida. Sophia Mazza got a chance to sit down with one of them on this edition of Athlete of the Week. Sophia?
Hey Canes fans, welcome back to this week's Athlete of the Week. I'm Sophia Mazza, and today I'm joined by Canes basketball's Malik Renew. Hi Malik, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So you played your last 3 seasons at Indiana, but you're back home where you were born and raised in the 305. How has that been for you?
It feels good to be back in my hometown, being around family and friends, having a good coaching staff around me that I trust in. They've been recruiting me for a long time, since about 8th grade. So
wow.
Just being reunited back with them, and then having guys in the supporting cast around me like Trey, Ernest, she got Shelt now, so guys I'm getting comfortable around. It just, I feel more at home, and you could tell by the way I express it on and off the court now.
For sure. And you've been wearing number 5 since high school. Can you tell us a little bit about why number 5?
Number 5 just always stuck with me. It really doesn't have no true meaning to it. It's just like a number that when I see it, I just know I gotta put that on.
Right.
Yeah, that's my jersey.
Okay, so now we're going to play a quick game called Brick or Swish. I'm going to say a statement. If it's true, swish. If it's false, brick. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Road games are better than home games.
Swish.
Okay. How about you miss the Indiana weather?
Nah, that's a brick. That's a bad brick.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see the Canes this year in the Final Four.
Oh, swish.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I believe you. Well, thank you so much, Malik, for your time. That's it for this week's edition of Athlete of the Week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sophia. Montverde Academy is one of the premier high school basketball programs in the nation, and luckily for Miami, they were able to cash in on that pipeline. Charlotte Krinsky introduces us to the Hurricanes' new guard.
Get ready. Miami native and freshman guard Dante Allen is ready to put on a show for Canes basketball fans in his very own hometown this season.
Just kind of being able to play in front of the place I grew up in for a while. I think it's been something like ever since I first committed here, something I've been really anticipating, something I've been looking really forward to. You know, a lot of people around me have already told me that they're excited about it, so I think that just kind of excites me a little bit more, and just kind of wants that season to just come even quicker.
At only 19 years old, Dante has already had an extensive basketball career. But how did he and the court first meet?
I think my dad played, like he was in the NBA by the time I was born. I think just kind of growing up, knowing that that's what he was doing, I think it just kind of, by default, kind of put a ball in my hands a little bit. And I think as time went on, it kind of developed into something that I enjoyed doing for myself, something I really grew to love, and just kind of stuck with it.
The former Villanova commit, who left due to coaching changes, has already received high praise from his head coach, Jay Lucas. Lucas claimed that he knew exactly what Dante was about, even before his commitment, referring to his intangibles and specifically his strong work ethic.
I say just kind of approaching everything with a winning mentality, whether it's a drill, a sprint, a scrimmage, anything. Just kind of do it with the intent to win whatever I'm doing, and just kind of just get better at everything. Just kind of know that there's always room to go, especially now getting to college. We've got a lot of older guys, a lot of guys that I can learn from, a lot of great coaches who have been around at different schools, been around different players.
As a freshman, finding your place on the team can be difficult, but Dante already knows his role and what he intends to contribute this season.
It's kind of somebody who's coming in and not looking to hog the spotlight, but kind of be able to know his role, but also be able to definitely make an impact so that I can stay on the court pretty much.
The team as a whole knows their role for this season too.
So I think just kind of knowing that we have like a responsibility for the program to kind of bring it back to where it was those 3-4 years ago when they were one of the most exciting teams to watch really in the ACC and around the country too.
For UMTV, I'm Charlotte Krinsky.
Thanks, Charlotte. Last week, Johnny Mushin was feeling a little bit down on Behind the Post, but surely he's feeling better today. Johnny, how you doing?
The three, pump fake, back looking long, it's underthrown, and it's intercepted.
Are you freaking kidding me? Especially after last week? Hopefully, this weekend could be a big one for the Canes to keep me in high spirits so I can continue showing all of you the joys of Hurricane social media. You know what? No, I'm not doing this again. This segment is canceled, the show is canceled, this season is canceled, because this has been the worst week of my entire life. I'd like to apologize for my outburst. It was very unprofessional and it'll never happen again. But can you blame me for being sad? The Giants blew a 30-point lead. With that being said, welcome back to Behind the Post. I'm Johnny Mushin, and I'm your host. Canes Soccer highlighted their veteran players on Senior Day. They released a video of players reading old letters to themselves. And folks, you might want to grab your tissues for this one.
I'm so proud of you for making it to this moment, even though it may be a sad one for you.
You're such an amazing teammate, captain, and roommate.
It feels like just yesterday we were meeting for the first time.
Canes Hoops is right around the corner, and they really know how to hype me up for another season at the Watsco Center.
Hopefully when we get to the season and once we get started, we live true to what we're preaching right now. And when you watch us, we're just tougher together.
The best teams stay themselves no matter what.
And I know it's been kind of a serious episode, but we gotta end with some fun. Canes volleyball is one of the hottest programs in the country, but how much do you really know them? Luckily, they were able to talk about themselves more in a rapid-fire interview.
What year do you have to be born to be considered old?
Anything. Wait, watch what you say right here.
Below 2006. Y'all, this is Unc of the team, y'all.
And just like that, I'm mad again. Well, if you want to see a happier version of me, I'll be here every single week giving you the absolute best from Miami Hurricane social media. I'm Johnny Mushin, and I just took all of you behind the post. Back to you.
Thanks, Johnny. When we come back, we're checking in with Zach Cohen to hear about the volleyball team's rocky stretch. That's next on Sports Desk. But first, it's time for some trivia. Miami will face the Stanford Cardinal for the first time since they joined the ACC. But when was the last time Miami took on Stanford? Was it A, 1967, B, 1992, C, 2011, or D, 2019? The answer when Sports Desk returns.
All right, guys, we got Stanford this week. What's your favorite tree?
Willow tree. I like a lot of trees, but my favorite, Malachi Tony's route tree.
I like that. If you answered any of the above, well, you would be incorrect. In the thousands of games these teams have played, this is the first time ever the two will match up against each other. This is the third time this season that Stanford is playing a new opponent. From the pitch to the pool, our O Sports crew is here to give you updates on Canes soccer, volleyball, swim and dive, and more. It's time for the O Sports Roundup. Take it away, guys.
What's up, Canes fans? Welcome back to another edition of the O Sports Roundup. I'm Liam Hickey.
And I'm Sarah Landau. On the hardwood, Hurricanes volleyball has had a rough past few weekends, tallying 3 consecutive losses. Now, this hits even harder for the Canes, who are just coming off their 15-game electric win streak. In the Cal game specifically, the team suffered a reverse sweep upset loss to the Golden Bears in Berkeley, but luckily the team has had a few days to rest and regroup before tonight's big matchup against Virginia Tech. Liam, I heard there was some exciting news on the soccer field. Fill us in.
Miami soccer shocked the world last night, taking down the defending national champions, beating North Carolina 2-1 in their final home game of the season. All the action came in the second half, with freshman Tegan Mellenhorst netting her first ever collegiate goal, and German international Giselle Ackwell backing the game winner in the 76th minute. The Hurricanes look to finish off their season going back-to-back when they travel to Virginia Tech next Thursday. Sarah, let me tee it up for you. Take us over to the links.
Taking a little trip over to the Bahamas, Miami women's golf is currently in Paradise Island for the White Sands Classic this weekend. Looking back on last week, the Canes traveled to Chapel Hill for the Tar Heel Invitational, where they tied FIU to place 13th out of 15 for the tournament. Miami finished with a team total of 62 over par and looks to improve their scorecard this weekend. Liam, what's going on in the pool?
After capturing 3 relay events in their season opener at Florida Gulf Coast Eagle Invitational, Hurricane Swim and Dive will make landfall at Rutgers University this weekend. Number 2 ranked Miami will compete in a 2-day meet starting tonight against the homesteading Scarlet Knights and the University of Arkansas.
That'll do it for the O Sports Roundup. Back to you.
Thanks, guys. After a 15-game winning streak, it's been a bit of a rough stretch for Hurricanes volleyball, and right now they're trying to bounce back against Virginia Tech. Reporter Zach Cohen is live at the Knights Sports Complex with an update from the game. Zach, what's the latest?
Yeah, Shay, Miami and Virginia Tech are battling early. Both teams eager to pick up an ACC win. Miami 5-3 on the season, while Virginia Tech only has 1 ACC win. It's going to be a tough match for Virginia Tech. as Miami is the top 15 in the country, according to the AVCA poll. Tonight, look for Flor Marie Heredia Colon to do damage. She's leading the country in kills and points per play. On the side of Virginia Tech, Isabel Mishler is second on the team in kills, and last game against Virginia, she had 8 kills. Now going to Mark Light Field, the baseball team is getting ready for the season, both on the field and in the clubhouse. They have high aspirations to make the 2026 NCAA tournament. Here's the story.
Fall ball is here, and for Miami Hurricanes baseball, it's a season of new beginnings, a chance to earn the right to wear the Old English M across their chest. For junior transfer catcher Alex Sosa, every practice, every at-bat is an opportunity to make his mark and take the next step toward earning that iconic letter.
Right now, we're not where we want to be come season time, so we want to work towards that, and that's kind of the idea behind is nobody has it yet. You got to work for it.
Earning the M is a tradition that started in the fall of 2024 and was a key part to team development. For redshirt senior Max Galvin, wearing the letter is invaluable.
It means a lot. It's what we work for every single day. It's why we show up and wake up in the morning really early to get here. And, it's just we're trying to bring another championship back to Coral Gables.
One of the best catchers in college baseball last season, getting the chance to play for the Hurricanes is a full circle moment for Alex.
I lived in Miami from 4 to 13, so I had season tickets here when I was a kid. My whole family did. So, the environment, I feel like it's everything I always imagined. So it's cool to be back. And, my impression now is exactly what I expected, being able to have fun and play the game and play to win.
This team is made up of homegrown talent and players from across the country. Fall is all about coming together as a team, both on and off the diamond.
It's developing the relationships on and off the field. So it's, implementing the new guys and getting them acquainted and making them a part of the family in the fall. And then so in spring, we're like brothers and we go out there and win some ball games.
Fall is where the work gets done, where you earn the right to wear the Old English M. And the goal is still the same. Make it to Omaha. Zach Cohen, UMTV.
Thanks, Zach. Still ahead, how one player put a country on his back and made history. We'll be right back.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
The NBA season is back, and with LeBron James out, the question remains who will take his spot as face of the league. Well, in his first action of the season, Victor Wembanyama made his stake to the claim. Let's send it to American Airlines Center for today's plays of the day. Spurs taking on the Mavs, and Wembanyama going to have himself a field day with this Mavericks team. 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. This offensive bag completely expanded, gets him the jump and the reverse dunk and one. Watch this. PJ Washington lost. Cooper Flagg also lost. The #1 overall pick, having his debut taken over by the Spurs center. Going to work on Anthony Davis, forces the contact and one, counted on the fadeaway jumper. Now getting his bag on the perimeter, step back 3 on Derek Lively. It's good again. Wembanyama absolutely cooking, looking like a guard, hitting this fadeaway jumper for your plays of the day.
The Toronto Blue Jays have had a long wait since their last World Series in 1993, but in sports, it's good to remember that destiny doesn't come with the clock. We'll take you to the 7th inning. Game 7, trip to the World Series on the line, and there it goes. George Springer, a big-time postseason performer, has another big-time moment on his resume. 4-3, Jays lead. A nasty slider from the closer, Jeff Hoffman, will send the 6 to the World Series. They win their first American League pennant since that 1993 World Series. And how about this celebration? Having a jolly good time, an all-time celebration. Lights everywhere, music, enjoying it. And it's going to be a blue October shade. We got the Dodgers and Blue Jays Couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. David versus Goliath. But you got to head to Key West. I got to go home. And that's all we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to catch us here every Friday, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, everyone.